Welcome, and thank you for joining me on the Path of the Seeker. This video is a little bit different. I wanted to share this because I've seen a lot of people going through existential crises right now. Because of the astrology and other things that happened, there are a lot of people who are feeling very challenged, very fearful, and very upset about the state of the world. Now, this seems to be almost a constant experience since 2008, 2009, and the Great Recession, for those of us who remember it. But it seems at this moment, at this time, a particularly strong energy. And I do want to make this timeless, so I'm not really going to go into the details of all of that. But as someone who's gone through a lot of dark nights of the soul, I wanted to share the things that I've learned about how to handle it with all of you so that you can bounce back and recover quickly when things in your life seem to be falling apart. And so you can consider this video tips from a dark night of the soul expert because I've gone through it so much. I lost my daughter when she was very little because I went into premature labor at 5 months and she only lived 3 days. That was my firstborn daughter. I had another doctor tell me that I would never have children, that I needed to do a surrogacy, which turned out to be a lie. I've lost many loved ones, grandparents, friends, and I've lost my job before and faced all kinds of really difficult challenges. There were moments when no one else believed in me but me. And these are the things that I've learned in that experience that helped me get through those days, and I hope that these tips help you. The first thing to know, and the first tip that I have, is know that you're not being punished. Everybody goes through an existential crisis at some point. Some go through it as a midlife crisis because they realize that they're no longer in their 20s or teens. Some people go through it because they have lost a loved one, like a parent, and in some rare cases, a child. But what I want you to do today, if you're going through a dark night of the soul or existential crisis, is to forgive yourself. Know that you're not being punished. You simply made a mistake. Mine the experience for the gold that it is, and carry it into the future wiser than before. The second tip that I want to give you if you're experiencing a dark night of the soul is that this is actually an opportunity for your soul. Most of the time, these experiences happen because we become too boxed in mentally. We're no longer thinking outside the box. We think that we have to have things a very specific way in order to be happy. And the truth is that we don't. Now that you have let go of the rigid expectations or perception that you had, you can now move on to an awakening of the soul. Perhaps not today, perhaps it's a little bit hard to get through the day, but know that this is a wake-up call from your soul so that you can have an higher self experience, and that is extremely valuable. The next tip I have for you when it comes to the dark night of the soul is to set small, achievable goals. Whether this is tidying up your junk drawer, sometimes it's getting out of bed if you're really depressed. But every day, make sure that you achieve some sort of goal. Maybe it's just getting dressed for the day. Sometimes it's doing something more complicated like vacuuming, or maybe even painting a room that you've always meant to paint a certain color. Either way, set small achievable goals and attain them, and that will help you feel empowered the rest of the day. Decluttering can really help because a cluttered room often leads to a cluttered mind. You get distracted when a room is cluttered. Make your bed. That's another really simple one to do. But either way, set small achievable goals and then fulfill them. The next tip for a dark night of the soul is be kind to yourself. This is not a time to go to extremes, to deny yourself something, to give up something, or set a crazy fitness goal for yourself. No extremes at this time. Be kind to yourself. If that means eating a chocolate bar, that's fine. Just don't eat the whole box of bonbons. Moderation is important, but the last thing you need to do is go to an extreme that will punish you, because this is not a punishment from some higher power. This is simply an opportunity for you to grow into something new and more. This is breakdown for breakthrough. The next tip I have, if you're going through a dark night of the soul, is dress up. Looking good makes you feel good. That means get your hair done. Go ahead, dress up in your best outfit. If you're a girl, put on that red lipstick that makes you feel tough. Whatever you need to do to look and feel good, do it. Oftentimes, when you look good on the outside, you feel wonderful on the inside. Just knowing that you can look in the mirror and see that you look amazing makes a huge difference. Just make sure you wash your hair, your clothes are nice and cleaned. These small things really do add up to a better, more positive perspective of yourself. My final tip for surviving a dark night of the soul is do what you're passionate about. If you like to draw your heart out. If you like to journal, then write in your journal. Express yourself in whatever way you can. If you like to write books or blogs, then write your books or your blogs. If you're a vlogger, make a vlog. Get out there and do what you love the most, because it will help put you in the zone for what your new adventure in life will be.